If you have ever shopped in a Home Depot or a Lowe's, then you need to watch this entire video because these stores are about to start closing down. I want to break down why this is, what experts are currently saying, and why so many people don't see it coming. I'm going to break all this down in just a moment. All I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now, let's begin. So here's one of the issues. Lowe's has 1,746 stores. Home Depot has over 2,300 stores. Now, they also have thousands and thousands of employees. But what does this mean for us moving forward? And why are we seeing this happening right now? Well, here's what's going on. What we are seeing and what we have been facing for some time is construction is becoming too expensive. Hiring people to do certain tasks is just out of the question for many homeowners. For even landlords, it's too expensive. They are going to do it all themselves. Well, here's the other issue. Home ownership is something that's falling off. A lot of people do not want to own a home because of all the maintenance, because of all the requirements that come along with it, but the costs. Some people can't even get a home. But look at this, and we're already seeing the writing on the wall. It says struggling Home Depot rival files for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Now, this is an article from The Street, okay? But I want to read this to you because this is turning into a huge issue. But look at this article as well. It says national home improvement chain to close 94 stores amid bankruptcy. This is just from today, from August 13th, okay? You see the company right here, LL Flooring. This is a flooring company. But what this company is doing and what this other company has already done, this is a clear sign of what's to come. This is why experts are concerned. Look at this right here. I want to show you what happened. So it says right here, Kelly Moore, okay, said they did not file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy reorganization or Chapter 7 liquidation since it did not have the capital to fund its continued operation. Kelly Moore just shut down. That's all they did. They shut down operations because they could not afford to stay open. In January 2024, they shut down all 157 locations. Kelly Moore is a paint company. Now, here's why this paint company or this flooring company matter. LL Flooring and Kelly Moore, they sold, and they're very niche specific. Kelly Moore sold paint. Same thing as Sherwin-Williams. They sell paint. LL Flooring sells flooring. Okay? Here's what's going on. These stores are just selling one specific item. Paint, flooring, okay? It could be tile, carpet, linoleum, could be laminate, doesn't matter. Flooring. Okay? That's what they're selling. Home Depot and Lowe's, they sell flooring, they sell paint, they sell gardening stuff, they sell tools, they sell lumber, they sell services. Okay, they sell everything. So according to experts, it's just a matter of time, likely within the next 6 to 12 months, that Lowe's and Home Depot start shutting down certain locations that they deem are not as profitable as others. Again, these are companies that have over or almost 4,000 locations, thousands of employees, hundreds of thousands of employees. They could potentially be shutting down some of their business. But here's something I want to read to you. Okay? This person commented, okay? This is somebody I know personally. This person commented on one of my videos I did recently and says this. Do you know anybody that can help with electrical work? I need a new panel added and also some wires run to my carport, but I can't afford to pay what most electricians are charging. Or, do you have any recommendations for learning to do this myself? Here's the issue. Many people, many current homeowners and future homeowners are going to struggle with one thing. That's maintenance. I was talking to a friend of mine just recently. he was saying that he needed a new HVAC system put in, a whole new system. It was going to cost him about $30,000. He said, oh, he'll put that off. Here in Washington State, we have had temperatures recently over 100 degrees. Okay? He put that off because he couldn't afford it. Yeah. His house had to be just boiling. But here's the problem. Many homeowners are at the point where they're going to start to do these DIY renovations themselves. And when I was in Home Depot recently, picking up a couple sprinklers, and I saw people that were in there pretty much looking off of YouTube, had their phone out, just looking off of YouTube. Oh, this is okay. This person got this sprinkler. Yeah, we need to get that sprinkler. We need to get that fixture, that coupling, whatever. Right? That's what we need. They had no clue what the size of their pipes or their the hoses were. They had no clue. They were just there picking up stuff. Okay? What's going to happen, and we've seen it before, we saw it back in 2008 as well, where people could not afford to hire somebody to do the work for them, so they started to do it all themselves. Well, they started to do it, there was issues, and years later, right, homes were falling down, sheds were built that, right, weren't on a slab or weren't done properly. Again, complete garbage. And people just started losing money. So again, I'm bringing this to your attention because this is what we're going to see. Okay, I want to show you some stuff. Look at this one right here. This is back from June 27th. It says lumber prices have plunged 24% as this year's home builder season fails to meet expectations. Recently, we've actually seen lumber prices go up because we've seen some lumber mills get shut down. So obviously, supply and demand kicks in. But this is where it could turn into more issues down the road because now lumber is becoming less expensive, but paying somebody to do the work is still very expensive. So likely homeowners are going to start doing the work themselves. This is also one of the reasons why experts believe that Home Depot and Lowe's will be closing hundreds of different locations because they're not going to be profitable. People are going to try to do the work, realize they can't do it, take the stuff back, and then guess what? Now these stores are sitting on products that have been previously used. Okay? Again, they'll take them back. You got a sprinkler, you run a little bit of water through, just clean it off, they'll take it back. Right? You have a tool you used one time and it just wasn't exactly what you needed, they'll take it back. Okay? This is the issue. So experts believe we're in the middle of a potential crisis here. But look at this. I was reading this article recently too. Handyman services increasingly out of reach for middle class budgets. It says, as the hourly rates for these services increase, driven by a shortage of skilled workers and rising material costs, many middle class families may find it increasingly difficult to afford the necessary upkeep of their homes. Common home repairs, such as fixing a leaky faucet or replacing a broken appliance, can cost several $100s. More extensive repairs, like replacing a roof or updating electrical systems, can cost tens of thousands of dollars. Now, going back to the comment that I received. This is not a good friend of mine, but this is somebody that I do know. They asked, I need a new panel added and also some wires run to my carport, but I can't afford to pay what most electricians are charging. Here's the issue. When it comes to doing anything electrical, I could run my own wires, I could do all that stuff. But as far as hooking it up or replacing a panel or adding a second electrical panel, I personally would never do that. Okay? I would want somebody that's licensed, bonded, and insured in case anything were to happen. I would not go on YouTube, try to figure out how to add in a new electrical panel and to run wires into it. I wouldn't do that personally. But again, that's just me. As far as running wires to a carport, here's something that many homeowners do when they are building a home. They run the wires themselves. But when it comes to the connections, they don't do that. They run the wire all the way to the box, but when it comes to connecting them, doing all that, hooking the house up to the street, they don't do that. Okay? Now again, I'm not an electrician. Okay, I'm not a licensed electrician. Okay, I've done certain things, but I will leave it at that. This is where we could have problems down the road, where we are seeing faulty things done, right? Homes aren't built properly. Sheds aren't built properly. Garages, carports, okay? Flooring isn't done properly, right? Maybe you put some type of wood down in a basement. Maybe there's no underlayment, right? Maybe it's getting moldy. It's wet, okay? So I'm just going to leave it at that, but just understand right now, because of all these homeowners that are potentially going to try to do things themselves, experts say, and when you look at it, you're probably thinking, well, if it's going to be a DIY situation, Home Depot and Lowe's are going to do really well. Experts say no. It's going to be kind of that false flag where it seems like they're doing really well because they're making sales, but then they're going to get a lot of returns. So we're going to see what happens moving forward. It will be an interesting time, but this is something that we have been through before. So as we get more information on this, I promise I'll bring you all the latest news and updates. But that's what we know as of today. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.